Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Scorpion 1909 leather jacket, available at RevZilla.com. To my left, I have high-vis Brian, and he's low-vis today. This is the new 1909 from Scorpion, blacked out with brown offset retro style stripes. This is Scorpion's homage to the classic motorcycle jacket. Heritage, retro inspired. I could see this on a V-twin. I could see this on a cafe bike. I could see this on somebody that just wants a classic, well-fitting leather jacket that's not too relaxed, fits in an American style, and looks great off the bike. Now, leather as we know it is going to be really three-season moderate temperature. So spring, summer, fall. It's not fully perforated, but you do have some perforations, so you're going to get some airflow through the summer, and you do have a thermal vest liner you're able to pull out and toss when it gets a little warm as well, or allow you to leave in and stretch early in the season or late into that mid to early fall. Now, if we think about the naming convention 1909, it's the first year that Indy Motor Speedway did a race. So again, throwback, heritage, motorcycle inspired, racing inspired from Scorpion, and they also have a unique one-off version they did of this jacket as well with some patching. Quick note on sizing. Remember, one color available. High-vis Brian to my left, 6 foot 195, 42-inch chest. He's wearing a size large. It fits American. And you'll notice, 6-foot guy, he still has a little bit of extra length in the sleeves. You have good coverage here, so it's one of the longer sleeve jackets. And they did that because there's no gusset on the back. So if Brian was reaching for his apes, he'd have a little bit more coverage on the sleeve. The jacket's going to work with you a little bit better. Keep in mind, if you're not sure about the sizing, we're going to ship for free over 39 bucks. And I would love it if you'd click right here, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback. High-vis Brian covers that channel, so you can talk to him directly and tell him how sexy he looked in the 1909, right? I'm just gonna make you laugh today. Diving back into the 1909, let's look at some of the details. We talked about the brown offset stripes. Remember, it's distressed leather. It has a really nice hand to it, 1.2 to 1.4 mil grade cowhide. You're gonna notice the pockets and the way that they're designed, you know, nice and functional, as well as being offset. And what I do like is they're using antique brass YKK zips. You're gonna see two snaps at the top, the brass YKK zips tying it all together, and you're gonna see that as you work your way through the jacket as well. If I come down here to the hand warmer pocket, you're also going to notice that the lightweight Scorpion rubberized pulls on the ends are going to be a little easier to find if you're wearing a motorcycle glove or using a gloved hand. Notice also Mandarin style collar, which we talked about, and notice you can see the front of the quilting start to come into play across the top. Now, this is an investment, this jacket, so let's talk a little bit about the protective features you get once you move past the fact that it's 1.2 to 1.4 mil grade cowhide using Sas Tech Armor. Sas Tech is top of the food chain armor from Europe. It's molecular. It's going to mold to your body, and upon impact, it's going to become stiff and rigid, dispersing that energy throughout, not sending that armor or not sending the energy to your body. Sas Tech Armor in the shoulders, in the elbows, and in the forearms. It's a nice touch. The armor's in this jacket, and you can't tell, and that's why I like it as well, because it melds nicely with the style. You don't look like a stormtrooper if you're looking for more of a destination-styled piece. You can also upgrade the back protector to, I believe, the Sas Tech 1.5, which is an insert that is sold separately. High-vis Brian, turn the face away from me. Now, if we look at the lines down the shoulder, notice the quilting coming off the collar. They do have some of those retro stripes to tie it in together. Dual layer of leather in the elbow. So remember, second layer of leather, first layer of leather, Sas Tech Armor in the elbow as well as the forearm, going down to about there. Great coverage, great protection. High-vis Brian's going to open up his arm there. You're going to notice where the perforation scheme, the whole inside of this front arm, the inside of the arms, as well as under the armpit, give you a little bit of extra breathability there. There's going to be cutouts within the thermal liner as well. And if you move down to the bottom, you're going to have a couple of inches of stretch in this gusset. I like that they did it with a stretch panel. It's going to give you a little bit more room to move. You can put your arm back down, Brian, and you do have some of these snaps. You have two snaps on either side to kind of cinch it in across the back. Notice it's a little bit longer in the seat, a little bit of a drop seat faction. Now, high-vis Brian, turn backwards for me. You're going to notice that there are no gussets on the back, but they give you the longer sleeve. I would have liked to have seen a gusset, but again, it's a clear style choice they made here. On the back here, you do have a couple exhaust vents. So you're going to have that air coming in through the perf liner on the front and exhausting out through the back. Again, it's a nice touch. And on the inside, you're going to have an 8-inch connection zipper as well as a jeans loop. So if you're rocking it with jeans, which I have to believe that most folks would, you'd be able to lock this guy down and keep it in place if you happen to have it off. Come back around to the front for me there, Brian. Unzip it. Now think about the Scorpion line. In the same range, for actually a little bit less of an investment, I think you can get something like the Clutch, which is more sport-oriented. Oh, wow, you're ahead of schedule. And then you could look at something like the 1909, which is going to be your more premium jacket. There's also a very similar jacket for the ladies called the Catalina. Now, if we look at the inside, notice, nice and soft here along the neck. You have your nice leather roll that pulls it all together. Napoleon pocket, again, using the same brass YKK, and then you're going to have your ripstop thermal liner, and it is a thermal vest liner on the inside. Now, what I want you to do, Brian, is I want you to open that side. I want to show where the zipper ends. So if Brian opens it up right here, you're going to see single circumferential zip all the way down here right towards the bottom, and that's how I would remove my thermal liner. I'd open it up just like that, and you're going to notice there's a pocket even on the outside of that. That's interesting. Actually, that's a pass-through flap. There we go. And that's going to lead you right into this pocket here, which is going to be on the inside of this basic mesh liner. Again, thank you, Brian. When you do have the vest thermal out, you're going to have an interior mesh lining, which is going to allow you to stay a little bit more cool, wick some of that sweat away if you're riding through the hotter times of the year. So the last thing I want to call out is, remember, there's zero logoing on this. Again, they went all style. They made the investment. They said, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it streamlined, and we're going to do it stealth. Bravo, Scorpion. You resisted the ability of stamping your big logo on this, which, again, there's a whole contingent of American riders that love to feel like they're not a walking billboard. The next step in your journey is to click right here, read other rider reviews at RevZilla.com of the 1909. You don't have to take my word for it. As always, we're going to ship for free. And if you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.